What's up, guys? Welcome back. Nick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee. We got a 1972 Chevelle sitting here. This one does have power steering. This one does not have power brakes. Drum brakes all the way around. It's got the 396 under the hood. And of course, I like taking them down the road, pointing out flaws so you know what you're getting. This is a 4-speed car. And you got dual exhaust kicked out the back. Jump on over to maplemotors.com for financing. You can get pre-approved on any of these cars, so when something comes in that you like, you'll be first to pick it up. You can also get a shipping quote. That way you know about how much it's going to be to ship it to your front door. That is maplemotors.com. 100 detailed pictures of every ride. For now, if you don't mind, hit subscribe, share this video. It's about that time. Let's go for a ride. Before we take off, let's look around the interior. Place those bets. Do you think the horn works? Game we like to play on the channel. It's got the bench seat. Pretty nice interior. You got a crack right here on the dash. You got a crack right here on the dash and up there by the front windshield. You got a nice console that somebody has installed. 4-speed transmission, aftermarket gauges right there in the dash. Looking around in the back, you got tinted windows. The back seat is in great shape. Your package tray, not too bad. Get a little spot in the corner there. Coming over the headliner. It looks good. Nicely clean. The light's still working. Let's go ahead and start her up. Oil pressure is up. Volts is up. Engine temperature is still working its way up. Radio, I can hear it, but the knob there's definitely slipping. Blower motor, it is working. I feel it on my legs now. Wipers are working. On the dash here, we're gonna have to stop and get fuel. It's showing 94,000 miles. It's hard to stand behind mileage in a 72 model. Turn signals working on both sides. Horn, did you place your bets? We don't have a horn here. All right, let's go ahead and hit the road and see how she runs and drives. Okay, my son wanted to ride with us again today, so we're gonna go ahead and do the test drive. He'll probably help me out with a little bit of filming because you're wanting to learn how to film, aren't you? Yeah. All right, here we go. Clutch, brakes, whoa. Clutch is letting out about halfway. Brakes are touchy. And of course, we're gonna stop up and get gas because it's like way past full. So I don't think it's actually working. We may not have any gas, but we'll find out here in just a second. Anything I see, you'll know about it. Speedometer's coming up on the dash. A slight fade to the right. Off the road there, you can see it kind of pulling. It's not that bad. Steering's tight. You see that flap opening up on the hood, Liam?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Hitting the brakes. Nobody's behind us. They feel good. They feel great. I like that. That's cool. Just running through the gears, filling everything out. It's going into all the gears just like it should. You gonna learn how to drive a stick one day?
Yeah.
Just a slight fade to the right. It's pretty much all I've seen as I'm driving down the road here. The brakes feel good. The throttle's got plenty of power. We haven't really gotten into it yet. I kind of got it a little over half throttle. The scoop opened up. We're pulling pretty hard. This car feels good. Now we're gonna pull up here and get a little fuel. You wanna pump the gas? You've never pumped gas before. It's not a bad idea. All right, so we're gonna put about $25 worth of premium fuel in this ride, and then we'll hit the road again. So our oil pressure is right below 60. Our engine temperature is right at 190. Vitals are good. Shuts off good. Flap comes up. Let's get some gas. Okay. What'd you get? Did you get $20 in there?
Yep.
Good job. You got the cap on there good?
Yep.
All right. Let's roll. We'll see if that gas gauge does anything. I mean, it's already past full, so I'm just gonna say it doesn't work, but we do know we have gas now, so I'm gonna try to start it without giving it any fuel. Starts right up. That gas gauge is not moving at all. We're just gonna go ahead and say it's broke. And we're gonna jump over to the parking lot and get us some outside shots. Okay, we're ready to roll. We've been doing the walk around, point out flaws. We've had the car running for a good bit, 30 to 45 minutes. Engine temperature did come up over 200. It hasn't hit 210. It's just kind of staying there and dropping, staying there and dropping. It's I figured it might with a big block in the summer heat right now. It's at least 94, 95 degrees. And we haven't been moving. So let's push some air through the motor. Get her cooled back down a little bit. Make sure y'all are good. Y'all look great. It's already dropping way down. It's under 200 now. Before we get to the lot, it'll be back at 190. At 190 now. It dropped fast. You just can't let them sit there and run for 20-30 minutes with a big block in the summer heat. Car feels great. Just a good driver. much air bear? So the speedometer, we're definitely not doing 60, but it says we're doing 60. I'm gonna say we're doing about 45, maybe 50. A little fast. Head on back to the lot now, and then we're gonna be picking out the flaws, so stick around to the end. We're gonna pull into the lot now, guys. I do appreciate you watching. Again, hit subscribe. I'll see you in a second. Coming up next, we're gonna be walking around the car. Later. Okay, I'm gonna walk around this ride, point out chips, scratches, flaws, anything I can find. That way you know what you get. Check out the detailed pictures at maplemotors.com. We have financing and shipping available. And of course, they put out videos all the time. So hit subscribe. That helps me out quite a bit. All right, let's get started here. Coming around on the front end. Front bumper on this one is in great shape. The grill's the same way. Headlight bezels. They're not all chipped up. The grill's not all chipped up. Coming down the side, lower portion, and the trim around the wheel here. It's got a little spot on it, but it looks good up and over. Down this lower side, solid. And up and over. Down the back. This car's pretty straightforward here. You got some bubbles down here at the bottom. You can hardly see them. See, I'm trying to make it reflect below the key. Door handle's in good shape. Back over the top of the fender. Chrome looks good on the door. Trim looks good around the window. The top's pretty solid. You got some imperfections here. Get a little bubble here. It's like a chemical peel. I like how you're all interested. He's like following me around like, what are you pointing out? That's cool. Coming up on the back of the car here, chrome bumper's in good shape. You can see it's kind of bent down in that left corner at the bottom. Right side's good though. Dual exhaust. Seal looks good in the jam. You see some leftover wax. That's what that white stuff is. Wax. Edges of the trunk lid are in good shape. Down in the trunk, looks like you got some patches. You can see the thick paint. There's a patch here. It looks like a patch here. For the most part, it's just paint chipping. It's like a patch up here in the corner. Up in your package tray, always want to look up in there and see what's been repaired on this side. This side's good. All right, let's shut it down. So up in here, you got a little bit of chemical peel action going on, some bubbles popping up. Same with on the side here. Basically what that is when people go to prep the car and had some debris or silicone on the paint and it causes it to bubble. All right, coming down the side here. Dent right here in your trim. Bottom of the door looks good. Got some bubbles at the bottom here. Up and over. Ding here. You can see around the turn signal marker lights, it was black at one point and it's kind of chipping off. Chrome looks better under it. Coming down the side. Little spot there. Door handle looks good. Bubbles. A couple more of those little bubbles. It's hard for them to stand out. You can see some up top here. Here. I'm moving oddly on it just so it'll reflect so you can see it. The black paint job is hard to see stuff, especially on camera. Seal looks good. Pitting on your mirror. Chips up top. Front windshield, pretty good shape. Got some dirt on it. I just made more because I'm sweaty. Trim looks good. Crack right here in your pillar. Okay, we made it around the ride. Let's go ahead and check out the inside and get her started up. Door panel on this one's in good shape. Coming down the lower portion here, you've got some spots in that panel. Weather stripping looks good around the edge here. Looking at the bottom. Trim looks good in the door jamb. So carpet has been replaced in this one. The seat is in good shape. It's not tore up. In the back seat, not too bad. Door panels. Package tray, it's got some spot. I know it's hot outside, but it's not as hot as you'd think inside this car, and it may just be due to the tent. I think that actually does help. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up and we'll listen to that motor. Emergency brake is holding and working. Starts up good without me having to give it any gas. Motor sounds good. Engine bay is nice and clean everywhere. Under the hood, solid. Checking your edges. Edges are solid. Good. Coming down with the hood. Give her a little rock so I don't bend it. There we go. Got some chips on the nose. Shuts good. You got the safety latches, safety pins, sorry. It doesn't need them, nice to have them. Okay guys, be sure to check out maplemotors.com. We have financing, we have shipping, we have 100 detailed pictures, and of course every week we're putting on new cars. It's usually 10 to 15. We put on 12 this week. I'm still catching up because I was down in New Orleans, sorry about that. But we'll keep knocking them out. 4 more cars after this, and then I start on next week. With that being said, financing and shipping is available on this at my website. And it helps me out.
Hey, subscribe.
Yeah, hit subscribe. It helps us out quite a bit. We keep Liam going on the test drives with us whenever he feels like working this summer. He's out of school, so he said, I want to go to work. I want to go to work. Might as well learn something, right? All right, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you later.